Okay, we are live here coming to you from London's Islington. We've got some tips today. I have some tips today. I'm the founder of Lebanese Tips. Welcome across the 29 countries that YouTube has emailed me and told me that I'm covering. And thank them for the wonderful hat that I got and wore it with pride across many streets in London. Thank you also for the other offer. And I'm switching straight back onto the Lebanese Tips podcast here. The idea is we're going to grab some live horse racing tips today. We're going to be debunking the gambling sector using Black Ops, PSYOP, NLP. I'm the only one on social media that provides you with a podcast of live free tips debunking the gambling sector in the way that I do. And I'll be presenting two or three tips depending on each race, how many places there are. I'll be giving you those selections. The idea is you grab a pen and a paper, old-fashioned way, and take down notes of the following horse racing selections that will be racing today in England and Ireland, if there are in Ireland today, and compile a lucky 15 each way and a Trixie each way. So that's if it's a lucky 15, 10p each way will be total stake of £3. So that's 4 horses, £3. So pick them in accordance with how you see me coming or how you hear me coming across, because this is an audio podcast, unplanned, and I just want to commit myself to presenting to you some fantastic world-class entertainment in how I debunk the gambling sector. I haven't done one for a while, so try to populate my podcast. These tips are not like your tipsters, yeah? These tips will, very, very special tips, I should say. Special in the way that they will generate more money for you in the long term and short term. And so therefore, I challenge any tipsters out there or tipping service companies, if you haven't done it already because of my findings in my researching you and researching the sports tip industry, you learn it from me. And if it hasn't, I lost my track there, but it hasn't, then who knows? But I am a unique tipster here, if I may call myself a tipster, or I like to just say I'm a debunker of the gambling sector in these late days of progressing with the podcast. And I've got loads of screens I want to shut down, but I want to get the information and abstract it to you from there. In looking at the current tips that have been presented to me, no names mentioned. Anything here sticks to mind? No, not really. Arrest. I see arrest. 15:35 today. Looks like Frankie's Dettori is on it. I see that to fall into place, no problem. While you're there, complement that with Tower of London to place as well. All right, I'll pick it in a minute, but if you know where it is, Tower of London, it's off the top of my head. There is one called Joan Lepins in Vichy, Vichy, racing today at 17:37 GMT. Whack that in. Also, I would like you to focus on War Defender today at Musselburgh, 15:42. It's 15:23 right now, GMT London local time, 3:23 in the afternoon. So it's 15:42 War Defender, Musselburgh. Whack that in almost every tip I'll give you today and put it into a lucky 15 or a Trixie. While we're here, I'm going to go through Turner Green, Lingfield 1730. Check prices on that. Tower of London is actually at Doncaster at 335. There's a couple of others. I'll talk about it shortly. Get yourself ready. Please share if you can. This podcast will be valid indefinitely because of the selections that I give you. And I do believe there's some world-class horse racing today. So I am elevated in my ability to debunk the gambling sector when there is world-class horse racing. Sandrine, Doncaster, 1500. I see that place as well. I only tip the public to a place, yeah? So what I do here, let me just reiterate that. It's imperative that you understand the empathy that I have of when I give out a tip, there are certain things that you should be doing. You should be, first of all, seeing my other podcasts, even though they're outdated. The information on them is absolute and current and unique and world exclusive. And as I said before, I'm a virgin to anyone sponsoring me. No one tells me how I should talk, the way I should talk, within the limits of YouTube, of course. And so I'm not sponsored by anyone who wants to stop me from giving out tips. I do it in complete empathy to the world's, I'll resist from saying being so raw, for the world's refugee crisis, raising awareness of the world's refugee crisis. And I also give my knowledge and the quality content of debunking these tips and allowing you path to open options and reduce risk factor. And in one way of doing that is I only tip the public to place. All right. So you will never see me tip you a tip that is to win. I'll tip you it to place, and that's the way I work. I, with due respect to the favourites, some of them I cannot debunk, obviously, but I concentrate on place positions. So you should therefore conclude that I am not belittling the favourite for any reason whatsoever. I focus on debunking the subliminal messages that the powers that be send out, and I try to debunk them. And so while we're here, there's also Pisanello, a Doncaster, 1720. Pisanello, check the prices for a place. Gilt Edge has been made a non-runner at Bath at 17-10. I've got here Desert Hero at Doncaster, 1535 as well. So I should see a place out of Desert Hero, but I'll debunk. I'll go into the races in a minute. I'm just reading to you. I can shut this screen now. That was on the tracker, the new tracker. One selection that really should be the focus of this podcast is Lightning Company at the 1610 Doncaster. There might be a couple of other ones that are focused, pivotal, I should say, of the podcast. And so let me come back to here. I'm multitasking while I'm talking to you. Lightning Company, see, 5-1. Check for a place on that. Although some bookmakers are quoting 2 places, there will be others, I won't mention who, that will give you 3 places or 4. So if you get 3 places on that, use that as a place. Compile it in a Trixie with Raw Defender. Yeah. I was just about to tip Champagne here, a vacation, but it was off at 320 Nova. Right. Okay. Let's pick another one. This one's for tomorrow. Comedian Leader, 19-1, 3 o'clock Doncaster. So this podcast will still be very valid if you're watching this tomorrow. Right, 19-1. Right, what else here? We got Imperial Class, 23-1, 1630, Nevan. That's an interesting one to whack on your combination for your lucky 15s or each way Trixies and lucky 15s. Right. Time now is 15:28. Let me see if we can catch some while we're here live that you can bet on 1528 is gone. So we'll be on the right. Okay, I'll try and get my bearings. 1542. Let's start on the Musselburgh, and then I'll work my way upwards through Navan. Musselburgh, War Defender. Spoke about that one. Main one there to combine with your outcome in forecasts. Show 2 places. The others that I can see here. Chinese Spirit of Victoria House. And if I'm ever to mention another one, it'll be Hollis Brown. Not in any particular form for your place selections to complement War Defender. Big statement that is, War Defender. So you who defend the war will be a winner. And that's the way it is panned out for the first race at Musselburgh. Right. 1615, Musselburgh. Due consideration, I've tipped it last time out on my Facebook. You should see my Facebook in the box below. Borrowed Time 8-1, could well place there. And Qantas Maximus 17-1. No, actually, I'll retract that. I will retract that and say Bellistar 26-1, the outsider to 1 there. But Borrowed Time and Due Consideration are my main focus here on this race. Let's move on to the 1650. Maybe 3 places on that race as well, so you may find that useful. Secret Command was tipped last time out and it won. And I'm glad I tipped that one out. That was a powerful message that they're sending out. And Secret Command is showing here 3 places, will be 4 places. It's currently 4.33-1 odds. So I expect a place out of that to resonate, that my programming to sink in a little bit there. Given what's been happening in the Middle East, and I'll leave it there. Also, I noticed Swiftly, 17-1, Swiftly. Interesting observation there. And the other one there. Oh gosh, I'm struggling. So we've got Secret Command, Swiftly, Lotting Less, 6.50 odds. I mean, in reality, Sergeant Mayer is also a Black Ops PSYOP NLP formula. And that's how I base all my selections. That's how I focus. I don't look for who is going to win. I pick the Black Ops PSYOP NLP. And based on that, I give out these tips on these podcasts. Moving on to the 1725 GMT Musselburgh. Infinite Honor, 34-1. 6-horse race here. And I mean, I'm gonna mention a biased one in a second, but the other one is the outsider there, 51-1, Spy on the Dragon. So there's 2 there, and the biased one is Johnny Ringo, 19-1. The favourite is currently 1.44 odds. I don't know how that's gonna pan out in the end. Right, 1800. Mohammed. If I haven't mentioned that, Mohammed is on my new tracker alerts that I've added on. is not a world-class horse race that I've selected. It's my new tracker alerts, which I'm changing the formality of how I give out my tips to the public. Something a bit complex there. I'm not going to discuss it right now. Right. Black Friday, 9 to 1. I mean, Ascot Adventure is a Black Ops site NLP formula, and it's the current favourite at 3.750 odds. You know, in all honesty, there. If I and so therefore, Black Friday Ascot Adventure was quoted. Mohammed is on the tracker, and I guess it would be also a kind of a Black Ops style NLP formula. That's it. I'll leave it like that. Yeah, I see some action with Cravan at some point. Anyway, moving on to the 1835, and then we've got one more Musselburgh. We'll debunk that, and then we'll go on to the next races. If there's any races that you want covered that are happening while I'm not covering it, just message me, and I'll see if I can do that. Right, Trailblazer 6.50 odds. I mean, and I don't know what two tactis means. And perhaps I should before I quote, but I don't see any other than Trailblazer as a Black Ops IOP NLP formula there. Right, onto the 1900, and I'm not going to quote you places for no reason if I don't. Otherwise, that's getting personal, and I refuse to go through any other thought process other than Black Ops PSYOP NLP formula. Right. Essentially, you know that. Okay, so we've got here the last race. Quite a few. Whiskey Priest is currently 7 to 1. Beneficiary is currently 12 to 1. And I mean, Glory Hallelujah is also a PSYOP Black Ops NLP formula, 6.50 to 1. So I've quoted them there. And I'd say also Go On Buster, 9.50 odds there. I've quoted them probably more. There's only offering 3 places here, but I expect others to give more. Right, Musselburgh, done. Debunk. Moving on to, we've got Linfield, Bath, Chester and Doncaster and Navan. Starting with Navan, and we are at 15:37 now time. So it will be the 15:55. Let me just see if I could catch another one live. Yeah, look, 15:35. No, 15:52. Chester. Let me cover that, and the rest of Chester while I'm here, because it's up next. Right. And I like doing these live because I'll give you my first impression on when I'm looking at that race there, which is a very important part of your forming and my concluding the outcome. So War Defender's gone down to 2 to 1 now. It's at 3.42, yeah? So you should be including that War Defender. Put a lump on it. All right. Hackman, 8.50 odds. See if you could complement that with a place with it. All right. You see, this is it. I'm hoping you compile. You use Imperial Class as well, the 430 Navan, or Desert Hero, 335. It's currently 7 to 1. You want it to place, yeah? Secret Command as well. See if you can whack that into it to place. Use your vibrancy with the selections on, but also do them in Trixies, and see if we can generate some money out of them. Who else? I can't see another one. Bazball, yeah, 11-1. Bazball. So that's Hackman and Bazball. Let's see if we could pick one more. I don't know what Ganesha mean. It would have been good to know. Barnwell Boy, I'll pick as an outsider. Anyway, moving on to, that wasn't a Black Ops PSYOP. That was just an extra one there. Right, no, for no particular reason, which was a bit wrong of me. Right, let's see how that pans out. Next race we're picking here is the 1625 Chester. Then we've got the 17 and 1735. Then we've done 2. So this podcast isn't a short one, but it'll be as quick as I possibly can. Okay, nobody told me. 17-1. Nobody told me. Ironically, that's also a biased one, but it does fall into the remit of my unique world-class debunking formula, combination of formulas. Edwina Shireen. Order of Malta. And I'm going to say Gifted Angel. Order of Malta is 5-1. Gifted Angel is 10-1. Edwina Shireen 17-1. And nobody told me. Right, moving on to the 1700 Chester. Mokatel 9-1. Translated in English, Mokatel means killer. On the reflection of the evil, Glorious Angel 21-1. Roman Dragon 3.750 odds. Right. You know, that was in conflict between me, Roman Dragon, or Dora Penny. I wasn't so sure, but I'll leave it like that. Okay, then the last race at 1725 Chester. Compliant. I'm not going to put you off the favourite there, because that's an image that they want to throw out, along with, use Lightning Company as well in your selections to place. War Defender, Lightning Company to place, and then also either Chase the Restorer, Chase the Dollar, Compliant. Those 3 there, okay? Preferably Restorer 8.50 odds. And Bashful is 1. Bashful. Okay, so I've picked the combination TriCast, mate. And you know what? I've just realised that there is another one that's a Black Ops PSYOP NLP, and it's the Outsider, Heart of Soul. I see some action here. Yeah. Restorer will be in the mix with Compliant, yeah, and Way of Life is a bluff. It's calling your bluff. It's calling the people was bluff, and it's also a significant in this outcome as I look at it now, because it will resonate a message at the last race to say, along with Restorer or Chase the Dollar and Compliant, it will send a message to say, I'll leave that for you to decide Okay, right. Let's move on from that bit of a riddle. Okay, so we've done two, Navan and Musselburgh. Lingfield. What's next now? 1547. Oh, right. Where? Okay, Lingfield. So you might catch another tip here. Villa's Bullet, 26-1. Right, Rising Force, definitely whack that into with War Defender, Lightning Company to place, Secret Command to place, perhaps, yeah, um, or even Imperial. Nobody told me, yeah, nobody told me. Also, what else? So we've got Villa's Bullet, we've got Rising Force, yeah. You might even get two places on that. It might be second. Yeah, being a bit flash here, but we do it for a reason, and a effing good reason too. The bastards. I mean, for you, it's getting tips. To me, I'm debunking what's going to happen in the future within the geopolitical world that we live in. I'm debunking what's been said, what's been pushed, what's been. I don't want to cut off anymore this podcast. Anyway, right. So sometimes these the messages that they resonate are quite telling. What else? Clear Justice is one of them, I guess, at 17-1. And I don't know why the elephant in the room is tentatively at 34-1. What's just gone off? Desert Hero race has just gone off. All right, let's see what's happened. Tower Level London, I think, on that. Right, okay, so moving on to the 1620. No, I'm going to give that a miss. There's nothing there that I can identify there. Moving on to the 1655, Lingfield. Bobby on the Beat is one of them. Cloud Cover. Bobby on the Beat is 19-1. Cloud Cover is 11-1. Distinguished Lady is currently 8.50 odds. I see War Defenders already off. Whatever happened, I don't know what the results are, but I imagine it's one. That's how confident I am. I'm too busy looking for these tips here. Ah, here we go. There's an unusual one. Alexis, 21-1. So Cloud Cover, Bobby on the Beat, Alexis, that's 3. Distinguished Lady, that's 4. I've covered them. So Distinguished Lady, put that in a place, yeah, as well, in your combination. What else we have here? Well, that doesn't look good, does it? Right, Turner Girl is on the list here. The 1730 Linkfield, one before the last. It's 10-1. I mentioned that was on my podcast. But Fox Flame is a Black Ops NLP formula. Fox Flame, 6-1. So that's Aurora Breeze. My gosh, that's favorite. Aurora Breeze. I would not be surprised to see that come back. Are they on about the Bora? Torah? What else? Third batch. Whoa. 17-1. The Outsider. Third batch. Get on that for a place. Complement it with Imperial Class. See, London Company to be placed. Secret Command even might come back. Nobody told me. Cloud Cover is an interesting one to complement. Yeah, I mean, I'm not putting you off, Turner Girl. It falls into the Black Ops PSYOP NLP, but Third Batch makes me raise eyebrows. And you see that it's my emotion on that. Yeah, I haven't seen this race yet. That's one before the last. So this is part of the reason why it's essential that I work in total silence in order to think, and I do not look at anyone's tips. Yeah, that just messes up my thought process and my ability to think straight. And while we're thinking straight, Belly Angelique, 34-1. Noticed that yesterday. As we're debunking the very last race here at Lingfield, 18:05 GMT London local time. Welcome if you just joined us. This podcast debunks horse racing events using Black Ops PSYOP NLP, no other way, unless it's my preference. And nobody debunks it like I do. This podcast is a long one because I give free tips out to every race there, that the positions, the places that are available. I go through them all with raising awareness of the world's refugee crisis. Back to the last race here. The only one I can see here, Heritage 5-1, Heritage Vadel 5-1. Oh gosh, no! There's two bloody Heritage. Heritage Valentino 3.75. All right, let's start again. Aloof gives me the suspicion that someone in the Middle East owns this horse. Won't mention where. 13-1. It's not a Black Ops NLP formula, but it does combine how I debunk the gambling sector. So Bella Angelique, Aloof, and Heritage Vadel. Aloof is 13-1, Heritage Vadel 5-1. Right, we've done that. So we've covered 3 so far. What else now? What time is it? 15:51. Look. And then we got 15:55. I've done the Navan. Right, let's go on to Bath, 1600. Secret Handshake. I've tipped that one out before in the past. I will mention it again. I know it's won recently, but we know it's in form. Secret Handshake, in my view, refers to, I won't say it in this podcast, Air Show, 9-1. Okay? Yeah, combine that to place in your selections. Foreseeable future. What do they mean by that? Right, anyway, let's come back here. Right, Air Show is 1. Apache Star is 2. I mean, I'm not going to put you off. Beyond Equal, current favourite, 5.50 odds. It is a Black Ops PSYOP NLP formula, Beyond Equal. And Regal Envoy and Phosos. Somewhere, Regal Envoy is 19-1. Phosos is 21-1. Can you see that? SOS. FOSSOS. Interesting that. I mentioned it before, and I reiterate it again. In help for you to combine your lucky 15s, Trixies, or even air combination tricasts, reverse forecasts, in a way. Airshow will form a part of the outcome of this race. Who knows? We may even get Connie Connie Rosie. 13 to 1, excuse me. Get a drink. Where's my coffee? Wow. There we go. So we finished that 1635 Bath. Fisherman's Cottage 7.50 odds. I noticed this one earlier. Epius 29 to 1. Whiff Waff. I'm saying Whiff Waff because I believe it's due, so it's not, doesn't fall under the PSYOP Black Op NLP formula. Yeah, I've just noticed it, and I'm saying so. I mean, got my eyes on Kyber Crystal, 12 to 1 there. I'm not sure why I have Kyber Crystal. Right, so Fisherman 1, Epius 2, I'm going to say well, yeah, I'm going to say Kyber Crystal 12 to 1. Cyber. Right, okay, moving on to 1710. Oh gosh, Lord Clenagh Castle. Clenagh Castle. Apache 9 to 1. Apache Drill 67 to 1. Bantry 4.50 odds. Okay. And the last one is the 1745 at the Bath. We've got a couple. We've done this podcast, debunked the whole lot of it. Right. Hawk Jet 4.50 odds. Headshot 17 to 1. Oh my gosh. Our Defense 81 to 1. That's 3 I've quoted there on that last race there at Bath. And Macon Bell, I wouldn't be surprised. It's not. It just sounds like Macron, doesn't it? I mean, that's the only reason why I'm bringing that subject up. You know, he certainly needs to have his image polished. But other than that, I'll leave that there. Bath completed, debunked. This is how I debunk the gambling sector, and in doing so, generating tips. We've got Chester and Doncaster to cover the last races. Right. What should we do? Let's do 1610 Doncaster. No, let's leave Doncaster till last, actually. Chester, 1625. We've got 3 races to go. I think I've looked at that one, haven't I? Yeah, I've done that. I've done Chester. So we're just doing Doncaster. And finally, 1610 Doncaster. 27 grand winner. 27 grand, 770 jib. That's my race. Oh, yeah. This is the one where, because, oh no, is that Lightning? 5-year-old. That's not my horse. Lightning Company. That's not my horse. That's not my Lebanese Tips Tracker Alert horse. And I thought that was. In that case, it will leave me to quote you two, right? Symbol of Light and Simple Sondheim as the two. It certainly falls, definitely falls under a Black Ops PSYOP NLP formula, but Symbol of Light does as well. So Lightning Company and Symbol of Light by rights should fall into that. I don't know what the heck Sondheim means, so I'll be wrong to give analysis on it. It just sounded like something that had happened and in history, and I was kind of almost relating it to that. Talking of history, I'm looking at Muskela, 6-1. Oh gosh, I am giving analysis on this race here. There's only 5 of them in it. Layakill, Simply Sondheim, Lightning Company, Muskela, and Symbol of Light. Right, now I'm going to conclude one, and I'm going to go for Muskela, mask, to having a mask, killer, but that also relates to La Takel, don't kill. La Takel in Arabic is don't kill. La Yakil. No, it isn't. La Yakil. I don't know what that F it means. But I'm going with, oh gosh, Muskela and Symbol of Light. One of them two. Third option, Lightning Company. My mistake. My horse that sounds like that name is much older than that. And I'm sure that would have placed. Right, next race is the 1645 Doncaster, one before the very last to end this podcast. Savvy Warrior, 17-1. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, what a selection there. Well, this is certainly the shocker of all the podcasts. Bellum Justum. Yeah? Bellum Justum. BELLIUMJUSTUM. 5.50 odds. Happens to be the second favourite. Right? Then you've got, I've got it, Savoy. I'll talk to you about it. I'll have to reserve my thought process on social media with why I'm concluding things. But put Bellum Justum on your tracker alerts because it resonates the terminology Jerusalem. So that's to place with your selections I've quoted you in the podcast. And oh gosh, that's unusual. By default, I've never seen that word before. By default, it's strong, powerful word. Okay, stratocracy. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. Stratocracy, 12-1. Bellum Justum, 5.50 odds. And gonna say God's Window, 6-1. Okay, right. I think I've completed that one there. What else? We're on to the last race at Doncaster, the 17:20 London local time. Welcome if you just joined us. If you have, you've nearly missed the whole podcast. I'm about to end it, but hopefully, my personal bias tip to the public is Brunch at 13-1. It was 34-1 when I tipped it on my Facebook, right? Pisanello was tipped to Andrew and Tristan Tate's friend, and that caused him to DM me when it didn't win, and I subsequently found that. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. I'll talk about it another time. I didn't expect to be so open with you, but that's just the way how the cookie crumbles with me. I'm a bit raw talking. I've had Tristan Tate favourite one of my tweets before, and anyway, right, okay, so that's a bit of history to that. Yeah, the other one I wanted to mention was Dutch Decoy, 10-1. The gatekeeper is also a Black Ops NLP formula, right? Brunch is a personal bias preference, yeah? Okay, which isn't included in the tips that I'm giving for the Lebanese Tips podcast. The other one to mention was the Millie Bosco, which I tipped last time out, but I'm tipping it again, and I'm going to deem it the Lebanese Tips MBS formula. What else? Oh my gosh, I've just spotted one here. Oh wow, that's a dirty little bastards. What the fuck going on? No, I've got another Lebanese Tips MBS formula, Pam B. Look back smiling, complete outsider, 41-1. And the one that I've got to draw your attention to, try to complement it with Stratocracy or Savvy Warrior, Headshot, you know, or the others that I've quoted. Yeah. What else? I see arrest placed. I knew it would. They want to get that message out, isn't it? Enforcement. Right. Okay. Yeah. Spire Delta. Spiora Delta. 21-1. Let's see how that comes into the picture. I've quoted to you Pisanello, 21-1. I think I've done enough. I mean, definitely Empire State of Mind comes into the Black Ops PSYOP NLP formula. You see, this is it. Sometimes I'm forced to go over the places available. Last race here is quoted 4 places with this website, Bookmaker, but other places will be given much more, so I'm sure. But Empire State of Mind, 10-1, Dutch Decoy. Yeah, I've quoted. I've done more than enough. Good luck. I bid you a good day.